It's worth a visit. You know, it will change your mind about chocolate.
And maybe coffee too. At KC Lynns Chocolate, Coffee, and Confections, you'll discover a brand new way to treat your sweet tooth. That's a bit later, but first,
we're very proud of those buildings and for them to be as good looking as they are.
From churches to schools to Moore's new fire stations, Apollo Building Systems has played an important role in building more. We'll take a look at this family-run Moore institution right after this. This famous Halloween symbol began with the concept of a night watchman or man with a lantern in 17th century Ireland. In the 1800s, it became popular in America as a tradition involving pumpkins. Today, thousands of products relating to this Halloween icon are sold each year by retailers and more. What is it? We'll have the answer later in the show. America's moon landing had a profound effect on people the world over, not the least of which was this man, then Moore resident Grady Meek. Mr. Meek was so impressed with the Apollo moon program that in 1968, he changed the name of his company to match it.
He was captivated by that, and he actually reincorporated the name of the company from Long Brothers Steel Building Company to Apollo Building Systems. We used to have letterhead that had a little Apollo capsule on it. We used to have ink pens that had a Apollo capsule on it. But that is how the name came about.
Jerry Meek is Grady's son, and Jeremy is his grandson, both of whom are involved with operations at Apollo Building Systems, making it a generational family business and more.
There are 4 sons of Grady Meek: myself, Jerry, Larry, Kenny, and Kerwin. All of the sons eventually began their construction life in Apollo Building Systems. We presently have myself and my brother Larry who manage Apollo Building Systems, and I have my brother Kenny and my brother Kerwin who manage Custom Buildings, which is our steel manufacturing operation.
Apollo Building Systems is situated off South Broadway on property the company acquired in 1998 and converted into an attractive industrial zone, which now houses numerous other businesses in addition to their own. Specializing in commercial, industrial, and institutional type construction, the company has built many notable buildings around town, including a vast number of churches.
We've built a lot of churches. We have right now 3 of them under construction at this point. We have the Hope Adventist on 12th Street that burned down, that we started from tearing down what was left, dealing with their insurance for over a year, helping fight to get them every bit of money we could, so that their new structure would be all that they envisioned and would hope for.
It's been very smooth. Once we started the architectural process, we came up with several different renditions, and Apollo worked real well with us on changing different things multiple different times. and from there we just transitioned into doing the building.
Several years ago, an arsonist burned down the Hope Adventist Church. This new building is rising up to replace it, constructed by Apollo through a unique arrangement in which they create plans, deal with insurance companies, and building committees long before they ever charge a fee.
Many jobs that we've spent years dealing with the committees, years on the plans, and years pricing and repricing before we ever saw a penny. There's a lot of companies that wouldn't do that, but with Apollo, with my father and my grandfather and my uncles, it's their, they consider it to be a ministry of, of a Christian family company to help build churches for the community.
But they help build a lot of other things for the community also. The high-profile Fire Station 1, fire administration offices, and several new fire substations are all being constructed for the city of Moore by Apollo.
It's worked out real well. We're fortunate to have them in town. They watch over the jobs and do a lot of the work behind the scenes. A lot of people don't realize how much there is internal work to putting a construction project like this together. And it's more than I think any city official on the clock could have done. So the city made the decision years ago, basically, to hire a construction management team, and they selected Apollo, and I think it was a good selection.
We're very proud of those buildings and for them to be as good looking as they are. When you drive by, they're brand new state-of-the-art facilities, but yet they kind of are a throwback to old Chicago style, New York City style fire stations, which is exactly what the chief and the administration wanted. And I think we got the best of both worlds in these firehouses.
Another building they're proud of is Wayland Bonds Elementary School, which Apollo constructed through the Maps for Kids program. You'll find their handiwork elsewhere in the area as well, like Westmore Community Church, where they doubled the size of their building. They do plenty of commercial work too, like the interior build-out of the new Harry Bears location in Riverwalk Plaza. In short, they have become the builder of choice in the Moore area.
The city of Moore has been good to the Meek family. The city of Moore has been good to Apollo Building Systems, and we have tried to reciprocate in a like manner to do everything we can to help our city, because our city is a good city.
And to think that all got started with a footstep on the moon. For more information about Apollo Building Systems, consult the following contact information. This famous Halloween symbol began with the concept of a night watchman or man with a lantern in 17th century Ireland. In the 1800s, it became popular in America as a tradition involving pumpkins. Today, thousands of products relating to this Halloween icon are sold each year by retailers and more. What is it? This is just like being a kid in a candy store. Actually, they are kids in a candy store. Chocolate candies, to be exact. KC Lynns Chocolates, Coffees, and Confections recently opened in Moore to rave reviews.
It's fresh, it's flavor. I didn't know chocolate could be fresh, having never had a handmade chocolate. But once, it's hard to describe, but once you taste it and you realize what chocolate should taste like, you can't go back to the prepackaged cellophane wrapped stuff that you'll get out of a regular store.
So it's that different.
It is that different. It is that much better.
And what exactly makes the chocolate at KC Lynns that much better?
Well, the first thing is you have to start with the good chocolate.
KC Lynns is owned by Ken Spence, who has a penchant for chocolates from South America, which he believes makes some of the best chocolates in the world.
You start with the quality product, and from there you're going to add good quality cream, high quality butters, and then at that point And that's your basis. At that point, then it's just the flavors. You know, find what flavors you want and figure out a way to get it inside that chocolate.
Today, Ken is making one of his specialties, chocolate truffles. A little cream, a little butter, some flavoring, in this case raspberry extract. Pour it on a sheet, chill it, then scoop it up into balls, coat it with sugar, and you have an unrivaled chocolate delicacy.
There's chocolate truffles, which are little hand-rolled balls of chocolate. You can flavor them however you want to. I've got raspberry, orange, chipotle, hazelnut, peanut butter. Really, you can do anything with chocolate. I sell hand-dipped strawberries. Those are really popular here. It's just an amazing medium to work in.
And one of the best ways to explore this medium in all its glory is through a party tray from KC Lynns.
I've got some that are coconut, honey, peanut butter. These are turtles with caramel and pecans. Chipotle chocolate. This is a chai tiger. It's got chai tea that's infused into the cream when we make the truffles.
You'll also notice on the party tray pralines, homemade marshmallows, and a specialty, homemade brittle.
And this is a honey pecan brittle. And it's a brittle, but it gives you that little pecan pie taste to it. And it's my favorite out of all of them.
When you come to KC Lynns for some brittle or chocolate, there's something else you should try, the coffee.
You cannot get a cup of coffee this good anywhere else and more.
One of the things that makes the coffee here so great is that we get it fresh. This delivery just came 15 minutes ago from the FedEx guy. And we placed the order. They roasted it on Monday, so it just came out of the oven Monday. They shipped it to us. It's Wednesday, and we've already got it.
The coffee comes from a specialty roaster in Seattle, Washington, from beans that come from South America, just like the chocolate.
I know the Aztecs were the first ones that started, actually producing chocolate and drinking chocolate and, processing it. They were the first ones to process it. And if you look at those same parts of the world, Mexico, Central America, South America, that's where all the coffee comes from. It's a natural flavor combination, and it's always worked.
At KC Lynns, you can order all sorts of coffee combinations, all of which include 2 shots of espresso.
In most places, you get, 1 shot of espresso per drink, and I just don't think that's enough. I want my coffee to taste like coffee and not like dessert, so everything gets a double shot. If you need to wake up in the morning on the way to work, stop in. This will do it for you.
In addition to coffee, there are a wide range of teas and fruit smoothie drinks made with real fruit, no powdered mixes here. Altogether, KC Lynns is a unique shop that's definitely cornered the market on chocolate.
It's worth a visit. It will change your mind about chocolate and the different confections. Owner's a real nice guy. Come in, just have a chat and have a chocolate.
For more information about KC Lynns, consult the following contact information.